KK Popers. Grab your favorite snack, kick back, and let's get into something that's been keeping us up at night. You know that feeling when you watch two people on screen and something clicks, a spark, a vibe, a connection you just know is real. Yeah, this isn't your average behind-the-scenes moment. We're diving deep into that rare kind of chemistry, the one that can't be written into a script. It's the slow burn magic between Wong Eba, the quiet storm with a pen, and Shiao Jean, the walking sunshine whose smile lights up every single frame he's in. From the jump, these two were an unlikely pair. Wong Eba had that guarded energy when he first stepped onto set, hood up, eyes low, notebook always in hand. The type of guy who lives in his own head and lets his work speak louder than words ever could. Meanwhile, Shiao Jean was a burst of color and warmth, all bright energy and big laughter, hugging everyone from the director to the lighting crew. When fans saw them in the same room for the first time, most people assumed they'd stay in their own separate worlds, professionally cordial but distant. But fate clearly had other plans. It started off with little things, those blink and you miss it moments. During press events, when asked the most random questions, they'd somehow end up answering in perfect sync. One would start a sentence and the other would finish it without missing a beat. They'd share this quick eye contact and a half smile, like they were in on a private joke the rest of us weren't meant to understand. And once fans noticed, there was no going back. Then came the fan meetings. These were supposed to be light, playful, all smiles for the crowd. But anyone paying attention saw the shift. In between all the scripted answers and rehearsed bits, there were these completely natural interactions, Shiao Jean casually adjusting Wong Eba's mic, Wong Eba handing Shiao Jean his water before the staff could. One time, Shiao Jean reached over to fix something on Wong Eba's shirt, and the way Wong Eba froze for a second, like even that tiny touch caught him off guard, had fans everywhere rewinding the clip on loop. And then, that photo shoot happened. You know the one. The iconic shoot with the smoky lighting and neutral background where everything seemed soft and romantic, even though it wasn't meant to be. Wong Eba was doing his usual thing. Calm, expression barely changing, eyes down. But then, in one frame, he looked up, and his eyes locked onto Shiao Jean. Not in a casual way. Not in a, we're co-stars, kind of way. It was intense. Still, focused. You could literally feel the shift through the screen. Shiao Jean's reaction. A smile, but not the big, flashy one we're used to. This one was softer, almost unsure. His shoulders dipped slightly. His gaze dropped for a split second before coming back up. It was the kind of look someone gives when they feel seen, really seen, and it makes them feel exposed but safe all at once. And then the photographer yelled, "Closer." And they did. They didn't even hesitate. Their bodies leaned in naturally, shoulders brushing, heads tilted inward, and boom. That one shot sent the fandom into emotional meltdown. But wait, there's more. Fast forward to that unforgettable awards night. Red carpet glam, flashing lights, all the glitz. Wong Eba arrived solo, looking sharp but detached, as usual. Shiao Jean was working the crowd, doing interviews, waving at fans. But when his name was called as a winner, the whole energy shifted. Wong Eba didn't clap immediately. He looked stunned for half a second, then stood and started applauding, slow at first, then faster. And the look on his face. Pride. Absolute, unfiltered pride. What made it even more heart-wrenching was that Wong Eba's eyes never left him. From the moment Shiao Jean stood up to walk to the stage until he finished his acceptance speech, Wong Eba was locked in. He didn't even try to hide it. It wasn't just support, it was something personal. Something that said, "You did it. I'm proud of you." I've been watching your journey and I feel this with you. And of course, the fandom delivered. Fan edits went wild. Every tiny gesture was magnified, slowed down, looped, paired with dramatic music. Someone even synced it to a soft ballad, and not gonna lie, we cried a little. One edit zoomed in on their hands almost touching backstage. Another one broke down the way Wong Eba smiled when Shiao Jean looked his way, and it was all over our feeds within hours. It became more than just a moment, it became a movement. Then came the interview. The one where Wong Eba was asked if there was ever a time he felt overwhelmed with all the attention and chaos that came with their growing fame. And without skipping a beat, he just said, "I'm not afraid, as long as he's there." Let that sink in. To the untrained ear, it might sound like a generic answer. Sweet, maybe. But to those of us who've been watching from the start, that wasn't just a comment, it was a declaration. Not loud, not dramatic, just real, like a whisper meant only for people who've been paying attention. So what is this connection, really? Is it friendship? Is it more? The lines are blurry, and maybe that's the beauty of it. There's no official label, no confirmation or denial. They've left just enough space for fans to wonder, to interpret, to feel. And honestly, that ambiguity is what makes this whole journey so magnetic. Sometimes the most powerful stories are the ones left unfinished. What keeps us coming back is the realness of it all. In a world full of staged interactions and perfectly crafted personas, there's something refreshing about watching two people simply exist around each other with that kind of ease and intensity. Wong Eba doesn't do small talk, but with Shiao Jean, he becomes more open, more expressive. Shiao Jean, who's usually so outwardly confident, seems gentler, more grounded, when he's with Wong Eba. It's like they balance each other in ways words can't capture. And let's be honest, we're all here playing detective because we want to believe in this kind of connection. We want to believe that amidst all the chaos and cameras, something authentic can still shine through. And with Wong Eba and Shiao Jean, it does. Now it's your turn to sound off. What do you think that look during the photoshoot meant? Was it just admiration, or something deeper? Have you caught a moment we missed? A behind-the-scenes clip, an off-script gesture, a line that meant more than it seemed? Drop your theories in the comments. Let's keep the conversation going, because you know we're not done with this mystery yet. And hey, if this breakdown hit you right in the feels, smash that like button, hit subscribe for more deep dives into your favorite K-pop moments, and don't forget to ring that bell so you never miss out. Until next time, remember, the most powerful love stories aren't always shouted. Sometimes, they're felt in the quietest moments, between glances, between lines, in the silence that says everything. Stay wavy, stay stan. Purple Heart sparkles.